Across the metropolitan area, communities are struggling to come to terms with infill development as the government moves to provide infrastructure and cater for an expected 3.5 million people by 2050. Proposals for infill are raising the ire of residents, councils, developers and planners, and there are calls for a clearer strategy. But that's also being met with the usual not in my backyard resistance.
In neighbourhoods across Perth, domestic bliss has been replaced with discontent.
This has just been dumped on us. It should have been discussed with the people.
The government says 400,000 new homes will need to be built through infill development to cope with population growth. But Bruce Bell, who's been living in City Beach for 60 years, isn't happy with the prospect of duplexes and apartments in his garden suburb.
They're trying to put almost all their requirement from the government into this leafy suburb.
We're not trying to increase the level of infill in those areas, we're trying to increase the level of housing diversity. We don't want to wind up with a mansion monoculture.
With similar battles brewing in communities from Fremantle to Mount Hawthorn, councils are concerned that density has an image problem.
The community is frustrated and, quite frankly, there's this massive push for density, but the infrastructure that's required behind it isn't there.
Planners say density must be clustered around public transport and have warned against what they call random backyard infill.
They're the ghettos of the future. In my view, they are not going to be anything other than declining very rapidly as a place to live.
Developers agree, but they want commitments to public transport and power infrastructure.
We need the government to actually say, we are going to invest, and this is where we're going to invest, and we're going to stick to the plan.
The government's urging Perth residents to look at the bigger picture.
Our estimated cost of congestion is likely to go to about $2 billion by 2020. We need to get people living closer to their workplaces.
Councils want a government-funded advertising campaign to educate the public on the need for density. Claire Moody, ABC News.